This upcoming Friday is one of the busiest of the year for Australia's biggest pub.
Where's 952 Hills Pizza? Peppers and half only. Hurry up, hurry up.
A full restaurant.
We are fully booked.
A host of private events.
So tonight we've got the buffet and 4 canapé parties.
And there's still a week of everyday lunches and dinners to get to the table.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
For the master chefs in this kitchen, it's business as usual.
I'm just proud to be part of this.
Brisbane, home to Australia's biggest pub.
It's like a maze. It's like a maze when you do first start working here and you think, what level was that on? Which room? Was it left or right?
Haunting, very deep.
There's the left. Oh, there's a lift on the other level too. Okay, so where was I going?
Just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Definitely grew over the process. Started probably a large hotel and it grew to an extremely large hotel. And I don't think we realised that it was Australia's biggest hotel until we got to the end. And then we just, we kind of added up the square meterage and 7,500 square metres. And then we went, wow. And we looked around for something of a similar size and it was nothing quite that big or even close to that big. So yeah, that's how it ended up to be Australia's biggest pub. In Australia, a hotel can be called a number of different things, a pub, a tavern, a hotel. Accommodation. So it depends in Australia, each one provides a different facility.
Boasting 4 levels, 9 bars, 1 restaurant, and capacity for 7,000 people. And known locally for serving some of the best food in the area.
It's the cornerstone of every great pub is to make sure it's got great food. If it doesn't have great food, it doesn't matter what you do, you won't be successful.
On a busy night, Eaton Hills serves over 800 meals. There's no army of chefs in this kitchen, just 12 culinary pros.
Service, please.
The man in charge, head chef Angelo Volante.
I grew up in Brisbane, I'm a Brisbane boy.
Can I get a calamari by itself, please?
I did my apprenticeship in Brisbane in the mid-90s. I knew I had to go to Europe afterwards, and fortunately enough I got a scholarship to go to Switzerland. After that I went straight to the UK and I knew what I had to do in Europe. I wasn't there to enjoy my cooking, I was there to hone in on my cooking skills and learn discipline.
And that discipline will be tested this Friday. It's a full house in the restaurant.
We have, at this stage, just over 250 booked in. By the time we do double bookings, anyone that comes in at 5:30, we try and seat them on a table that's booked for 7:30, 8 o'clock. So we turn those tables over sometimes 2-3 times in an evening.
And there's a private event downstairs in the grand ballroom. That leaves a week to prep, cook, and do the shopping. And the shopping is personal. This pub has a philosophy of farm to table.
I mean, it takes more time and the logistics are more harder, and to have 3 or 4 farmers than just taking like a wholesaler, I suppose. Making a difference in the sense that you support local community, you support local farmers, you maximize their profits instead of going through a middleman.
Thank you.
The kitchen is split into 2 levels. Upstairs, the coalface. Downstairs, the engine room. Tuesday morning, the crew returns to the kitchen.
We'll try and take a Sunday, Monday off, if all goes well.
And the larder is empty. It's early July, Australian midwinter, the season for comfort food.
Yeah, we stock up. We set days of the week, stocks, sauces, soups, then roll into the dressings, rolls into the hot sauces, and then a lot of the braising materials. So lamb shanks, beef cheeks, the pork ribs. A lot of this product's come winter time, very labour intensive.
So bread's pretty much your last job at night time and your first job in the morning. So before you go, you make sure your bread doughs are all ready to go. So first when you walk in, you just have to roll it and shape it. That's pretty much it. What we'll make as well is a sourdough bread, like the really slow cultured one, the really dense one. But this is like a type of bread that we can just make faster and because of such a high volume and make it bigger. 2 eggs. Just a bit of sugar. We're gonna flavour our bread anyway with some shallot water. Bread right down to the rest. So we slowly add the shallot water in there. So plenty of flour. Oh wow, so much pressure. It takes a bit of practice. So this just helps them increase in size. So yeah, I suppose I'm quite curious how the local punters feel for the breads that they get when they sit down, and I'll get our restaurant manager to get a bit of a feedback. But just all these little extra touches, hopefully they appreciate.
Cooking is personal for Angelo.
Growing up in a Filipino background, it's never just sustenance. It's always a family-driven. It's the way we socialise and the way we bond in our family, and right from the young age, I suppose other kids will be out there playing, and I'll be helping my mum and my grandmother make their dishes at home, and I knew what I wanted to do by the age of 12. Like I knew I wanted to be a chef. I just love cooking.
While all eyes are on Friday, there is still a week of lunches and dinners to serve. A local favourite is steak. In an average week, Eaton's Hill cooks over 400 kilos of it.
We're getting really quite a good name for our steaks.
A good steak is the way to go, especially if it's cooked properly. Absolutely beautiful.
Perfect cooking starts with expert preparation.
This will be done by size, 300 gram, I believe, today. I think it's one of the blackboard specials today upstairs. First cuts are traditionally diced. Leaving a good coverage of fat on it, not excessive. It all helps with the cooking, the flavour, the tenderness, the juiciness. Even if you don't eat it, even if you cut it off while eating, helps with the quality of the Wouldn't really want fat. It's basically a wet dish anyway, and the flavour comes from the other ingredients that go into it as well, as opposed to just having a piece of steak with the sauce. This is a combination in the stir fries.
What better way to wash that steak down than a pint? And with 9 bars and 100 taps, there's plenty of choice.
We were at 94, weren't we?
Yeah,
and then we decided to put another bar in, and we really wanted to get the extra 6 taps so we could hit the target, hit the century.
Most Queensland hotels probably have 20 taps, something like that. The only people who've got more is the stadiums where they run the big events like 40 and 50,000 people for a football match.
Some nights we've got all 9 bars going and, all 100 taps being used.
It's the midweek lull. And the perfect time to shop. First stop, the local berry farm.
Just recently, I started going here once a week, I suppose. And rich strawberries pretty much last for a whole week's being fresh from his farm. It lasts in our cool room in proper temperature for a whole week, so that's kind of good bonus getting it straight from the farm as opposed to, you know, from the markets where they would have it in their fridge for a week and a half, and I wouldn't know how old those strawberries were, and you know, they will last 2 or 3 days in my fridge.
Most of the Queensland strawberries are grown within a 20-kilometre radius of Caboolture. And I think there's 33 million plants grown throughout this area.
Right.
So it's a pretty big industry. We're lucky throughout winter, normally it's quite dry, and so you get good quality fruit with very little disease or pest pressure.
You can do 1,000 things with strawberries, whether it's like a fruit stew, like a compote or jellies, or everybody loves strawberries at the end of the day, everybody.
It's got that acid to sugar ratio and neutralises other flavours a little bit. This variety here's got good size, good flavour, and eats really well.
Okay. Yeah.
Very healthy.
Showing that smell in your cool room is like,
It's a small fruit, but it's big business. Between May and October, local strawberry farmers produce 60 million punnets, worth 180 million Australian dollars.
Oh, that's as big as a strawberry.
They are huge.
Commie chef Angela tags along for the experience.
Well, I think it's important that if we're using local fresh ingredients that we know where it's from. Because it's not, hey, it just comes off a truck and we use it and, you know, we give it to people. Like, there's a lot of people that go behind it. There's more than just me prepping it. Like, they're picking it, they've got to process it, then we get it, and we process it, and then we serve it. And I think it's just important knowing where it comes from and how much time and effort goes behind growing it.
Cheers to that, mate, eh?
Yeah, thank you.
Back in the kitchen, with Friday's deadline fast approaching, everyone mucks in.
Hey, it's time to show you how to do this. So grab your fish. The easiest way you grab your fish, by the tail or by the gills. It's up to you.
All right, Levi, this one's yours, mate. You've seen me do 2.
I always start on this side because it's the easier side to cut with.
Okay. I've done it once before at college, but not really extensive.
Your first incision is going to be behind the ear flap. You got to get your grip on the knife correct as well.
So this one, take it straight down there, straight down to the backbone. Bit of a turn, get down halfway, through the fish, and then out.
Not bad.
With all our styles, we can turn it into stock.
Trying to use that spine as a guide. Okay, just wait 1 second. All right, if you slip, you're going to cut your hand. So you need to keep your hand flat on top of the fish.
Don't be afraid, hold on to her.
So you can pretty much lift the whole fillet off. You'll be left with just a few stragglers. Just cut straight through them.
The more they know, the easier our job becomes.
There you go, there's your fish. Struggling.
That is so hard.
That's all right.
It's a lot harder, especially when you got to get to the gills.
It's all right, mate, just take your time.
Put on the ice bath.
It's tricky. I guess once you know how to do it, it'd be a lot easier, but yeah.
All right, put your beers in the cold room and we're done.
Very good for a first time. I wish I was so confident on the first go lesson.
With just 12 chefs on staff, apprentices are an important layer in Angelo's kitchen.
2 PM's on, guys.
My favourite part of my job is just dealing and teaching apprentices, commies. At the end of the day, it's like they look at you for inspiration and knowledge.
Come on, Levi, let's go, please.
In this business, it's a tough road to the top.
I suppose apprentice chefs, in Australia anyway, apprentice chefs obviously want to be a qualified commis chef, so it's a trade. It takes 4 years in Australia to become a qualified chef, and you get a certificate that says you're a qualified cook. I mean, to me, you still don't stop learning. You will never stop learning in cooking.
And if the trainees feel the pressure, Angelo has the perfect solution. One of the secrets to happy apprentices is giving them support when the going gets hot. That's a job for Angelo's wife.
Angie, I need a Thai big salad, please, yeah?
I think it's great. A lot of people don't believe that, but, you know, I guess for me, he wears the pants at work and I'll wear them at home, so it's a good balance.
V, have you got a garden salad with no dressing coming up?
Yeah, you want it down?
Yes, please. We're like the yin and the yang. We balance each other out. You know, there is times where it can be hairy and, you know, stressful in the kitchen, and she acts as the calmer and the neutralizer, you know, and people look at her as Mother Goose of the kitchen and just look for her for solace. Angie, are we doing 65, are we? 54? Yeah.
In the basement, the fish get the finishing treatment.
So this is the mulloway that Luke was filleting earlier, ready for what the French call pané. It's flour, egg and milk, and breadcrumbs. Just for the fish and chips, really the process involved is quite simple.
2 people with this job is always much quicker because you can pass it off to the egg mix without having to wash your hands or change your gloves 20 times.
And a nice side dish for fish and chips, salad. Angelo is back at the supermarket.
We're about a medium, small size farm on the scale. We're producing just under a tonne of pre-washed, ready-to-eat salad mix per week.
When I see salads, there's a bit of a planning that goes on. It's, again, with a point of difference that I'm trying to make at Eaton Hills. Salad's just that salad over there.
Coming out here and seeing what happens on the farm is of great assistance to us because we can work closely with you to give you exactly what you require.
If we just order it, there's no personality, there's no character behind them. If you go to the farm itself, you actually discover more varieties of lettuce out there that you want to use in the menus.
Maintaining high culinary standards with a small crew takes teamwork.
Yeah, as a helping hand, Bernie and I will jump in and out wherever we're needed, if it's behind the bar or seating people or inside the kitchen on the pass. We're continually just backing our team up, really, and if they're struggling a little bit, there's a lot of meals coming out in a very, very short amount of time. So we'll jump in, help them out, calm them down a little bit.
Table 10, we're 11.
I think that's actually why we've become such a strong team, because we always push ourselves.
I mean, we pride ourselves on cooking everything from scratch, fresh ingredients, fresh food. But in saying that, on a busy night, we don't have a wait time over 35 minutes for a main meal. It's incredible. It is. This kitchen blows me away week after week after week, the way they get their meals out so quickly.
Eaton's Hill was a labour of love from the start.
We were approached for the block of land, which was about 16 acres. We went and had a quick look at it, decided we liked it. Within 24 hours we had it under contract, and we hadn't worked out exactly what we were going to do with it. So we spent a little bit of time, but we knew we wanted to do something like a hotel, but a pretty special hotel.
The plan evolved quite dramatically, started off with just probably 2 levels and grew to 4 levels. And as me and Robert and Dad worked on site, it involved immensely. We were finding nooks and crannies that we thought, oh, this would make a great function room.
And it's still growing.
That's a 300 by 300 piece of timber that could be 100 years old. And what we then do is sand them back with sanders. The fact they've got holes and steel in them makes them all the more desirable to us. And then we reuse them in the hotel. In Australia, this timber is worth a lot more than brand new timber. It's hard to believe, but if you were to go and get new timber, it's a lot cheaper. And everyone uses that. So we try to be a little bit different and utilise the second-hand, what they used to do. The shame is they used to burn this stuff, which is a disgrace. But now people know the value of it, and everyone's after it.
We try and source it from anywhere in Australia, but it's getting harder and harder to find it because it's becoming more and more popular. We've been sourcing it over for the last, say, 15 years. We've been really liking it. The bigger, the harder, and the older. See, it's going to last forever. It's already been down for 100 years, so it's going to last another 100 years. It doesn't shrink, doesn't move like you do with all the new timber. And when they used to make this timber, it used to come from the best of the best trees. So they come out nice and, you know, old, and with the old knots, we still keep all the old cutouts, all that stays in it, so it gives that old character about the timber. We, like Dad said, we leave all the steel just as is. We just cut it to length and into the purpose we want, but we try and leave it as natural as possible. The timber there is recycled power poles mainly, and once again, it's recycled power poles on the roof. We're all about recycled or natural products.
It lasts a lot longer than your traditional plasterboard or painted surfaces, and also it gives more texture. When you look at that wall, the amount of warmth comes off that wall, and it makes you almost feel like you're in a log cabin. You know, we've got the fireplace behind us, and it gives you a bit of a warm feeling, so that's what we went for.
When we get it, that's what it looks like. That and worse. We get the lads here, what they're doing is grind it back, and then that's the finished article. All we have to do is cut that to size and oil it, and use it in our hotel.
All they need now is a new building project.
Oh, we always do little bits as we go on, so we're improving here, we're improving there, we come up with an idea, so no, we haven't totally stopped building. We're always improving little areas as we go through, so.
If we see something, some area that we feel we can improve, we do something about it. We've been told a few times to stop. We all have a vote and have a meeting, and we decide we're not going to do any more. Next minute, someone comes up with a good idea, and we forget the meeting and into it again. If we had an outside builder come in, it would cost us an arm and a leg. Very, very expensive. And
the pub costs us an arm and a leg anyway.
Yeah. which would be 2 arms and a leg.
Yeah, that's right.
All our arms and legs.
To date, Eaton's Hill has cost 30 million Australian dollars. But for everyone involved, it's worth every penny.
That's why it's won so many awards. It's won architectural awards, it's won hotel awards. It's currently in the Australian Hotel Awards as well. So
winning best pub in Queensland, yeah. Another good one.
Yeah, it's been pretty successful since it was erected, so it's good.
Back in the kitchen, time to stock up on some popular Australian pub grub.
Coming through winter, particularly on the braised dishes, parmesanas and kievs are sort of that pub style cuisine is always going to be out there. So we're looking at 200 to 220 serves a week of each of those. When you get into your braised dishes, you're looking, last week I think we did 101 serves of lamb shanks alone, into about 90 serves of ribs.
On the other side of the production area, Hamish gets to work on one of those favourite dishes.
Making some chicken Kievs. Yeah, so that's the process of stuffing a chicken breast with some shallot butter, then panning and crumbing it, and then we'll slightly deep fry it, slow cook it to perfection, and then we'll serve it to the customer. I first got into chefing when I was about 20. I was studying to be a musician, and I felt like I was going nowhere. And at the same time, I was working part-time in a restaurant cafe, and kind of lost interest in the front of house and decided I wanted to do some things in the kitchen. And so those two points in my life coincided, and it was just a natural progression to get into chefing. Take sort of what started as an interest, turn that into a career. I think that this place has come a long way in such a short period of time. Within our first year of operation, we won Hotel of the Year with the Queensland Hotel Association. So that obviously took a lot of sticking together and getting in the muck. I haven't actually worked in any other hotels similar to this sort of a place, so I've nothing to compare it to in that sense. But I have dined in a few, and I think that we are definitely among the elite in our part of the industry.
Just 36 hours to the weekend deadline. Time to get the veggies. With the help of local expert Ian Benstead.
I just want to find out what's going to be available for the next month or so. That way we can sort of put that in the menu engineering in a sense that we can push for the seasonal produce anyway.
All right, well we can walk you through and have a bit of a look. These are what they call non-astringent persimmons, the hard variety.
I'm thinking of roasted vegetables. Let's say on top of my head, parsnips, fennels, winter vegetables. What do we have that we can put in the menu, I suppose?
Yeah. Baby carrots are all locally grown. The broccoli is all locally grown. This is our season at the moment. It's grown in the Brisbane Valley. Very fresh because it's less than an hour's drive away.
That's Savoy cabbage?
Yeah, Savoy cabbage, yeah. It's
nice, lovely.
Yeah.
It's very versatile. You can put them in soups and stews and garnish with everything. Cream, cabbage, it's a marriage, I think, anyway.
You guys are using a fair bit of fennel. We've got beautiful fresh fennel. That's about as fresh and as nice as you can possibly ever see it.
I mean, just looking at this, I'm already calculating in my head like the top stalks I'll be using for soup. The bottom ones I'll be using to go with some sort of steak, protein, mix it with orange juice. Yeah, it used to be a lovely vegetable for me to take home, I suppose.
Yes.
Put it in Eaton Hills.
We want this one?
Yep, perfect. That's beautiful. Is this in Queensland? Is it grown in Queensland?
Yep.
I mean, that's beautiful.
This is a purple artichoke.
But this is a labour of love. After all this is all peeled back, you get this little middle part which takes about a mouthful. But your hands are all prickly and it stabs you, it hates you, and yeah, it's a bit of a challenge working with these, but the result is always fabulous.
Yeah.
It's so worth it. What is this? What is this?
That's the actual original carrot. Carrots originally from Europe were this colour.
Beautiful. Look at that. What I love about this, I go in here, I'm not even expecting to buy these carrots, but now I'm taking it. Great. Perfect. Look at them. See, these are beautiful Swedes. To me, this is gold to me. This is.
Oh, they're very nice quality ones too. We'll take that one with us.
I'll take this one?
Yep.
Cool.
It's got your name all over it.
Excellent. Beautiful.
Back at the restaurant. Today's Blackboard special is a local favourite.
The Moreton Bay bug, which lives just over that way in Moreton Bay and the roundabouts. It's a very sweet-fleshed shellfish, much like lobster in the way of its sweetness. And there's one down south, the Balmain bug, which is a little bit bigger than the Moreton Bay bug, and you can always tell the difference by looking at their eyes. The Moreton Bay bug, the eyes will always be on the side, the Balmain in the middle. Much the same species, but just different evolution, really. I always find the colder the water, or the further out to sea where the water's saltier, the more, well, the sweeter the flesh will be. And when they're cooked, they become even sweeter. So Ashley here, who's from the UK, has just told me he's never seen a Moreton Bay bug. No. And so I'm just going to give him a quick insight on how they're prepped. It's pretty straightforward. You're just cutting the whole body in half. You get to the top end of the tail, push the knife down, and then just cut straight through the tail. Likewise through the head. I move my hand away a little bit when I do the head, and then crunch straight through the head. We generally remove a bit of this tamale out the top head. It's kind of the liver of the creature. So from there you can rub it with garlic butter and just pop it under the grill. Do you want to have a go? Just one jolt action. That's it, and then down straight to the head.
It's a very weird looking creature.
We'll do a rump next year.
The bug has a meaty partner.
This is a nice local product, Kilcoy grain-fed meat. Very consistent quality all the time. This would probably be fed on grain for approximately 80 days to help it bulk out and add the flavours. These are for the Blackboard special. You get a 200 gram piece of rump and a Moreton Bay bug, which is a nice mixture. So you're not getting a huge piece of rump. but you've got the Moreton Bay bulk bug as well.
It's lunchtime.
There will be some harrowing moments, but just be patient. Right, let's go. Can I get a calamari, please, for the garlic prawns? Straight up, please, service. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Listen up, please. Table 64. I need a garlic bread, steak sandwich, wedges, another salmon, a margarita, please, here, guys. Move, move, move. Service.
Buffalo wings and the cheeseburger, $29.80.
Can we get some more chips, please? Chips, 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 go. How long this? You got 65, I need that, I need that, I need that. 5 minutes, right.
And that beef and bug special hits the grill.
Service, please. Is that the sourdough for $5.33? Yeah. Can you make it a bit more nice and tidy than that, man? Like, keep it on the rim.
Gareth starts on the preparation for Friday's event.
This is a 300 gram rump steak. I'm just cutting them in half, and we're going to pour beer over them and let them sit in beer for about 2 days. Take them out, pat them dry, char them on the char grill upstairs, and we're just going to slow cook them just at 88 degrees until they reach a temperature of 64, and then they get taken out and rested. So it's a very slow method of cookery that you usually use for more tougher cuts of meat, but it actually works very well for prime cuts. So Luke's adding the beer. This is the runoff from all the kegs upstairs. Bit of a varietal. The alcohol will, to effect, start cooking this beef. Not all the way through, but at the same time it's tenderising it. You do taste the beer. If it's been in there for a couple of days, you really do taste it. So there we go, submerged in malty goodness. Match made in heaven, yeah.
While the meat marinates, Luke handles those veggies.
These are parsnips. Parsnips are beautiful. Related, it's still in the carrot family, but there's such a sweetness and a beautiful fragrance that comes off the parsnip as well. It's almost like a hint of cardamom.
And they'll be joined by the purple carrots.
The purple carrot is from history. It is actually older than the orange carrot. So these were domestically cultivated around 900, and then the orange carrots came in around about 1500s. The purple carrots, as opposed to the orange carrots, are supposed to be the new superfood because they have something like 28 times the amount of antioxidants in them than the orange carrots do. At the moment, through winter, a lot of the root vegetables come through. So things like the parsnip, the turnips, weeds, they're best harvested in winter because of the cool of the soil. That's when they really get all their flavour into the vegetable themselves. So a lot of the root vegetables are very popular throughout the winter time. And obviously sticking with the season is when you're ultimately going to get the best quality as well as the best price because it's readily available. You can always, the menus just need to constantly be engineered and changed in accordance to what we've got in season. Okay.
Keeping the customers happy isn't just about quality, it's about variety. Menu development is a big part of a chef's job.
There's a lot of trial and error, You might start with something and have the idea, and as it comes together, it completely changes on what you're going to add to it later on. You think, oh no, that was too much of this, and then you go back to the board. It's just very important to be sure for yourself that you're happy with the final product. You could prepare something and have everything right, send it out to the customer, and they might think, oh no, it's got too much of this. And you take that on board, and then next time you alter the recipe, and then you might get the next person go, oh, it hasn't got enough of that. So you basically need to cook for yourself always. So different chefs will have their different ways and different ideas on how they would like to prepare products and put menus together and the taste that they're after. and that's important for them. So when they put it up there, they know that's, as far as they're concerned, that's perfect. That's how it's supposed to be. If other people have a different opinion, that's fine. They take that on board usually, but then you just accept that and just keep cooking the way that you know that's for you.
Less than 12 hours to deadline.
We've got the beer marinated beef that we had marinating 24 hours ago. We've also got the Wagyu beef and red wine sausages, which we'll be marking off. We've got the peri-peri chicken, and we've also got the barbecue pork spare ribs. We're just sealing off the meat first, just getting a few of those sugars caramelising. So just seasoning those now. And that won't take long at all to get some marks on there, certainly because of the sugar content in the beer that's been marinating. And this is what will give that real nice barbecued flavour to it.
Luke will finish these cuts of meat in the oven just before the event.
On to our next candidate. Got the peri-peri chicken. Now the peri-peri's a chili from predominantly Africa. It's got quite a strong flavour to it. And then the marinade is just made with the chilies, some citrus zest, lemon juice, fresh herbs as well, and some sugar, salt.
Grilling is one of the hardest jobs in a restaurant.
Spending a whole night doing all the cuts of beef, certainly in the bistro, having 100 different clocks in your head on what's getting cooked at what temperature, trying to listen to whoever's on the pass shouting orders at you, resting them for the right amount of period of time as well. And so getting all of that into sync is quite a job. So they certainly deserve a lot of credit. The char grill that we have upstairs here is much like having a barbecue just inside. So the idea is just getting all that flavour through it, that char grilled flavour into the meats themselves. The package of the barbecue buffet is very popular. Certainly in Australia, the barbecue was the weekend tradition, get together with the friends and the family, cooking off all the meats, having a few beers as well in the hot sun. And that's about it, we're ready to roll. So these guys can get set up and get ready to do a lunchtime service.
Time to turn the grill over to the masters.
Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Service, please. Get a cut straight away, please. 5 minutes here. Bounce, bounce, bounce.
With lunch over, Angela gets those berries bubbling.
So today we're going to do some strawberry financiers. Financiers also means free ones. Basically it's flourless. Here we're going to turn into a dessert. So first things first is we put all our dry ingredients together, the almond meal. And the sugar over here. That's it. We're going to add our egg whites.
So mix this?
Yeah, just mix it a little bit. Yep, straight in. Make sure it's well incorporated. Now we add in this burnt noisette.
All of it straight in?
Yes, please. So now it's going to have that sort of silky, nutty flavour to it, you know, mixed with the nuts in the oven. It's going to be yummy. This is traditional French cookery. When I was in pastry, I used to do these as petit fours, like hundreds and hundreds of these, because everybody used to get petit fours after dinner, and this was our staple. I mean, you can add sultanas in there, you can add any types of fruits in there. We used to put poached pears and red wine, and yeah, it's a good base for any type of seasoned fruits if you want to use bacon. It's nice and rich, served warm, with nice, lovely creme fraiche.
Yeah, my arm hurts.
Right, okay.
Machine time.
Yep, just spill some more on the side, please. Yeah, like. Okay, now we put in this lovely, lovely strawberries, which we got from Richard. Lovely. So this is strawberry compote. So basically, we're just gonna add this on top. So it's got that nice, lovely swirls around. Okay, so we put it in the oven. So you really want nice, chunky, see, you really want to show off the strawberries, see? you know, you want to be proud of those strawberries. Nice, heaps of them. It's just like napping on top of the dessert. That's the way. There it is.
Awesome.
Simple?
Yeah.
Love it.
In 2 hours, this kitchen fun will turn to kitchen frantic. In Australia's Super Pub, it's not just the chefs gearing up for the night.
We're full, obviously. I think we've got one table of 2 left to book, which we know will be gone by 5. Biggest booking tonight is a 50 up this end, and there's another 2 16s, another couple of 20s, which we've had to scatter through the rest of the restaurant on 2 tables of 10 side by side.
You can line up to start. Busy night tonight, we're booked there.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, you'll certainly see us run tonight.
A lot of food comes out.
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
Customers pour in. Luke's barbecue feast is out of the oven.
So 160 Wagyu beef and red wine sausages, 270 chicken breasts, 160 pork spare ribs, and 90 300-gram rumps. And then we cut those into half, so there's 150-gram portion of rump for each person.
Luke has drawn the easiest straw. His menu is a prefixed feast.
Excellent.
But the restaurant crews have no idea what's going to hit their stoves. This is the food frontline.
This is a peri-peri sauce. So from the marinade, use a bit of the leftover and make the sauce from that. It just tastes so much better. So they can go, please. Caramelised onions, just with the sausages there, some chives. Amelia, can we get someone to do the cutlery on the buffet, please? The tongs and the spoons and everything on the oval plates, so it's all ready to go. All at the front, and then we'll do the garden salads at the back. We marinated the chicken, the beef and the pork yesterday morning, sealed it all off this morning, slow cooked the beef, the chicken breast, and then roasted off the pork and the sausages. All marinades we use to make the sauces for the finished product. Salads have gone out, meats have gone out, everything's sauced, garnished, ready to go. And that's everything. I can go home and then rest and then get up tomorrow and finish off the mezzanine level in my shed.
But he'll be leaving alone. The kitchen is just heating up.
Service please, let's go. Come on, a bit more sense of urgency. Let's go, let's go. Where's 952 Hills Pizza? Peppers and heart only. Hurry up, hurry up. Guys, I need 10 Kievs, 10 pork bellies. Let's go, Levi, let's go, let's go. Ashley, where's my veg pizza, big boy? Come on.
Coming on, Marsha.
Keys are, please, Ashley. Ashley, how long is right now? I need to know. I need to know 1 minute, 1.5. Let's go. Service, please. Kaz up. Kaz. Is someone helping you out here? Get one of those guys in the coffee shop to give you a hand, please.
2 hours into service and the lines just keep on growing.
The bread for the mussels, please. Bread for the mussels, please, big balls here. Duck spring rolls, let's go, you. Straight up. Where's my nuggets and mash, please? Yeah, no, let's go. 63, get rid of this. Can we not? Service.
Finally, there is light at the end of the line.
Dixie, whenever you're ready, you need a steam bench for this one. Okay.
By the time this night is over, This team of chefs have been at full throttle for 5 hours.
3 pork, 1 palmy, 1 mussels, 1 lasagna.
And tomorrow night, it happens all over again.
See you later. Done.